Welcome to another exciting episode of Unraveling Intellectual Property with Michael Stein. Today, I have the pleasure of having Lily Fernandez, one of my fantastic summer interns for 2025. You've already seen her in a previous podcast where I interviewed, oh yeah, I interviewed you. And now we're on the twist because I was a little mixed up there, but on the twist is you're going to interview me. So
Yes.
what do you want to talk to me about?
Today, I want to talk a little bit about you owning a small law firm, a small IP firm. You give us pearls of wisdom every day, and so I want you to be able to share that with the public.
That sounds, I'll do my best. I'm all about this pearls of wisdom. I don't know how pearly they are. I don't know how much wisdom there is, but you put
I
it together.
appreciate them, so I'm ready for everyone else to hear them too.
All right, let's go. What do you got for me?
All right. First, I was thinking you could just talk a little bit about your path to starting the firm.
Um, I mean, I was working at a small to mid-size intellectual property firm. I was a partner there and was there for 11 years and wasn't really necessarily looking to start my own firm. It wasn't, it's always been a dream of mine kind of thing. And what really prompted me was conflicts issues. Uh, the firm had a long-standing uh, client, basically was their main client, and I and the main partner had helped bring in another big client. And at first there wasn't any issues, but then we started doing more work for the second client, and it got to the point where some of the technologies were beginning to overlap, or at least the first client was perceiving that, and they asked us to stop doing work in that area. And that's when I thought um, maybe, especially over long term, there could be more overlap. So it would be a good time. That was 2004. I can't believe, what are we in 2025? We're into the 21st year. It just, I wouldn't say it seems like yesterday, but it seems like yesterday.
Well, congratulations. That's great. What makes Stein IP different? Like, why might someone choose your law firm over, say, a
Uh,
larger firm?
Fantastic question. What I would say is mostly two things. One is the personalized service. I know bigger firms say they have personalized service, but I'm involved in a lot of stuff. To me, being punctual, being communicative to the clients, being very responsive, warning them of due dates, there's a lot of the things that aren't even necessarily technical in nature. Another thing is, while we are smaller, we've got people in all areas of technology. We've got a couple of PhDs. Even myself have been doing a lot of work, not a PhD, but a lot of work in computer software, AI, telecommunications. So we've seen a lot of stuff over the years. And then the second thing is, I will say, cost effectiveness. And I've got the firm has low overhead. We're not extravagant in any way. We keep cost to a minimum, and we do our very, very best to pass along those savings onto our clients. So uh, I think we do a high quality job, and yet we do it in a cost effective manner.
That's great. And I know you have great relationships with your clients. You have very loyal clients. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like what do you think is so important about having a good relationship with clients and how do you build and maintain one?
Yeah, it's not easy. I make a very strong effort to build relationships with clients that I think can be a long term. I like to establish those relationships. What do I do? First of all, a lot of our clients are from Asia. I make a lot of trips out there. I mean, there was this gap during COVID, clearly, but visit once, twice a year. I had one client say, "Thank you for coming to visit, being meeting in person. It means a lot to us." So showing the effort. Another thing is making sure the communication. I'm always asking, is there anything we can do better? What, whether it be uh, the quality of the work, whether it be how we handle sending out invoices, whether how we handle reminders. We are always trying, I mean, every client wants to do something in a different manner. We have very few, especially our larger clients, who want something the exact same way. Some clients use a portal, some clients use password protection, other clients uh, not so much of a concern on their part. It's what our clients want. It's not what I want or we want. Another thing is we are maybe not 24/7, but as I mentioned, a lot of our clients are from Asia or even Europe. The time difference, it's not an issue for us to go home, eat dinner or whatever, and I mean, I'm filming another podcast tonight at 8 p.m. with a Japanese colleague who's a very good friend of mine. And, it wouldn't work if I say, well, why don't you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning so I can have it 3 o'clock in the afternoon? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe a ton of firms do this, but this is what we do. And it seems like our clients are pretty happy with the effort, the willing to listen, and the willing to do what they want to do.
Yeah, I think that that's great. And what about, we talk about clients, but what about your other peers and your colleagues, like the people that you have on the podcast and that are helping your business? How about maintaining relationships with them?
Yeah, it's very important to me. I mean, I love the whole networking part. I love meeting new people. I've got friends who I've known for 20, 25 years, and I have no business relationship with them. I may never do business with them that would benefit me in any financial way. But I'm always interested in learning new things. I have people on the podcast tell me about cultural differences, and that's why their IP laws or their patent laws are a certain way. I'm learning about businesses and how they think and what's important to them. Do they keep trade secrets? Or what do you need to keep a trade secret? Do I seek patent protection? What kind of trademarks? And so it's very, for me, I love it. And maybe not for everybody, but I'm, just doing this podcast. It's great for me being on camera, but it's also building connections with people that I may not, maybe sending an email, but hey, you want to be on my podcast? I just had someone else today who's a corporate attorney who I said, will you be on my podcast? And she said, sure. And, and hopefully I can build some awareness for the people who are on the podcast.
Yeah, it's a great way to connect with them. That's good.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's kind of a little bit more of an excuse than, hey, you want to jump on a Zoom call? It's like, hey, will you be on my podcast?
yeah. I guess lastly, is there any, like, do you have a favorite kind of project that you work on, or maybe a favorite project that you've done that you can speak about?
Uh, yeah, I mean, sometimes, I mean, there's this one project with a woman who was going through a difficult time, but it was always a dream of hers to get a patent. She had this idea for uh, uh, a walking, basically a walking, a walker for physically handicapped, but it also had on the rear side a seat, so when you get tired, you can sit on it, and it had a kind of handles that rotated, so it's easier to get in. And the first attorney, I'm not sure they did a great job, but I was able to get her a patent, and she told me that I was an angel walking on earth or something very close to that. And it felt so good to hear that. And it doesn't happen every day. A lot of it is, just doing the work and getting a patent. But that was a fun one. It was very helpful to elderly people. and it kind of very much stuck in my mind.
Yeah, that's awesome. In class, we learn about how closely related IP is with personhood. These inventions and these thoughts are your person just extended into the physical world. And so that personal connection of being able to help others, it's amazing. It's such a good part about IP.
I mean, some of these individuals, they may not even want to sue on the patents, but it gives them an inner feeling of accomplishment and recognition. Their name will be out there forever in the USPTO records. Others want to seek a license. So I've worked with some other clients who we had maybe a provisional application and we had some potentially infringing products. I remember one, it was related to electronic e-cigarettes. And we took apart the competitors and we tried to see how it worked. We had to ask the client some questions because the electrical signals and the like, but we picked apart the construction. And so it's nice to kind of get our hands dirty, down and dirty, and actually see real products and compare them. Or even with our own clients, they'll show us the product and, well, that's not what the description is. And oh, well, I made some change. Okay, well, we might want to introduce that in there. So yeah, there's lots of little things and bigger things that kind of make it all very rewarding for me.
That's amazing. I think I'm all out of questions for you. Is there any other little bits of wisdom that you want to impart on the people?
Uh, Basically, before you do anything, especially with patents, if you use them before you file, you could lose them. So if you are considering a new business, a new line of business, just maybe consult with someone just so you have an idea, even if you don't even necessarily, engage them for a big project, because once you lose certain rights, you lose them forever. But it's, to me, it's a lot about personal relationships. I mean, I'm not selling widgets, I'm not selling, cars or whatever. So every case is unique, every case is specific. And uh, I think not, I think, I know we take the time to look into each one, but also look at the budget. What are you trying to accomplish? Does this going to have future value? Why are you seeking this intellectual property? Trademarks, where are you going to use it? Are you going to file international? Have you thought about that? Let's keep open the possibilities. What's the most cost-effective way to achieve your goals? And that's kind of what we look at. And yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's great. I hope that everyone was able to get a nice, well-rounded picture of what the firm does and who you are.
Yeah. Al, if you want to get a better picture of me, go to our website or feel free to email me. I try to be responsive as quickly as possible. Well, thank you, Lily. Those were excellent questions. To everyone else, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Unraveling Intellectual Property. And I'll see you next time. Please tune in to the next one. Take care.